time. It's always vanishing. The commute, the errands, the work functions, the meetings, selling your car. Unless you sell your car with Carvana. Get a real offer in minutes. Get it picked up from your door. Get paid on the spot. So fast, you'll wonder what the catch is. There isn't one. We just respect you and your time. Oh, you're still here? Move along now. Enjoy your day. Sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
When you think work, you think boots. You think boots, you think Ariat. You think grit, concrete, rain, and heat. And boots that never back down from any of it. You think comfort and durability that hold up on the job, off the clock, and every step in between. Because the day doesn't end when the job does. And from overtime to off-duty, you're thinking Ariat boots. Boots that show up, stand out, and always back you up. Now, it's time to stop thinking and start shopping. Find yours at Ariat.com or a retailer near you.
Doesn't matter if you were an Indian or if you're a Warhawk.
The ULM mention is the greatest. You'd hope for the best as a ULM fan, but
this is the Bleav in the Warhawks podcast with hosts Dusty Thibodeaux and Chase Regian.
Chase, you always have such great insight.
Gibbs is going to bleep it all.
What are these guys always talking about?
We talk a lot about food on this podcast, and I'm going to continue to do so.
Really, really appreciative of the people and the community and the way that they've backed us up.
Nailed the introduction, by the way. Awesome.
Thanks,
I love
Fish.
it.
Warhawks fall 31-6. Chase, tell the two halves where Old Dominion jumps out to the 17-0 lead in the first quarter, and really Warhawks just unable to really get the offense going. I think at one point they were 0-3 on fourth down conversion attempts, really just having to kind of press for it.
Yeah, and I love the aggressiveness to go for those fourth downs. And, both of them, you just came up a few inches short. It wasn't like you were 4th and 4. I mean, you're 4th and 1, 4th and 1.5, and you kind of do a tush push there. The first one, it doesn't work. It's a rough spot, and you're going to have to, with these refs down here, you're going to have to make it real, real clear. And they were flag happy this afternoon. But, yeah, just defense played well. I think besides that, you saw a lot of what you were going to see from ODU's offense early, and they kind of ran that similar script all game. And by the way, it's an effective script. They've got a really good offense and a really good quarterback, and then you kind of settle down. You come out at half, you play them well, and just offense really, man. ULM offense is just. I really thought we were going to be able to run the ball, control the line of scrimmage a lot better than what we could tonight, and it just ends up being just a disappointing effort from that standpoint.
Colton Joseph, quarterback there for Old Dominion, 12 of 22 for 231 yards. That's an average of about 10 yards an attempt. Getting it done on the ground, though, 16 carries, 72 yards, 3 trips to the end zone. We knew that he was going to be the key to their success. Do you feel, though, that we did kind of contain and keep it below 100 yards?
Yeah, I was about to say that I think, he had some errant throws, and, he probably is going to look back at this game and not feel like it was a big success, although the stats are decent. I mean, 12-22 is not very good. But they really wanted to, their big plays were really helped, and that was just him slinging that ball just on go routes. I mean, you had a backup corner in the game and for ULM, and he really struggled, and they targeted him a lot. But for the most part, I felt like they played Colton Joseph pretty well.
Yeah, I felt like they kind of kept him contained. I know that Colton Joseph had some injuries coming into this game, so knew that he was not going to be 100%. And I do think that he hung in the pocket a little bit more than maybe he was accustomed to doing.
Yeah.
But then when it all broke down, he just had to kind of suck it up and go. Aiden Armenta, 12 of 20 for 150 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Zach Palmer-Smith, once again, 18 carries, 96 yards, no touchdowns, but along with 20 yards. I think we found our new running back there in ZPS.
Absolutely. And I still think Bam's a guy, and I think he'll come back and really, having two backs that can do that's really great. But, man, Palmer-Smith is really running the ball hard. He's breaking tackles. I mean, even on broadcast, Mike McGee had said it's a little Ahmad Hardy-esque. I mean, the way he was breaking those tackles and kind of getting to the safeties and things like that was really impressive. I think we ran the ball okay. It was too intermittent for what this offense needs to be, and you didn't really control that line of scrimmage. When you needed the 2 yards, you really struggled with the 2 yards. I thought the play calling was not bad. I really, I don't want to sit here and hammer out the play calling, but for the most part, it wasn't bad. The one interception by Aiden was a poor choice by him, and I think he'll be upset and looking back. But I mean, it's a hard defense play. That 3-3-5 is really, really hard. I talked with Coach Reffett before the game because if you remember, when Todd Berry was coach here, Troy Reffett was DC and did that 3-3-5 here. And so I walked up to him and said, "Coach, this is your defense." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "What's wild is when I ran it, 4 people in the country ran it." He said, "Now we got 5 teams in our conference that run it, and it's really disruptive, and you really saw them running a lot of games and really being successful, not necessarily rushing the passer, but stopping a lot of those rush lanes."
Yeah, and I remember even when Reffett was DC here, the best way to describe it was organized chaos, that it was going to be guys blitzing from different areas or guys looking like they're going to blitz, and then all of a sudden they're pulling back into a coverage. But, Chase, what went right in this game? Let me ask you that much. What went right in this game?
Okay, I've talked week in and week out, you got to stop killing yourself. And I've hammered BV about his operational times. Excellent tonight. He was able to use his timeouts when he needed to use his timeouts, okay? I think that's a big, big, big step forward. I don't think Aiden looked bad. There's some balls that come out of Aiden's hand, and you're like, man, I get it. I get why he's an FBS quarterback. He looks like an FBS quarterback. He's got an FBS quarterback ball. And then, like I said, just really the pick was the bad part. But beyond that, he's got a good deep ball. He can be really accurate. And so I really felt like what I wanted him to be all year was more of what he was today in running the ball. I mean, offensive line looked good. And our defense in the second half did an excellent job. Excellent job putting them into, rushed the passer a lot better in third and early fourth quarter and showed you that is obviously the strength of this team. I think it has been all year. And some of those scores don't reflect that. But, you get some health and help back in the secondary after the bye. I think you're in an okay spot to push for those 6.
I don't like the offensive side. 0 of 13 on third down conversions, Chase.
You asked me what went right.
I know, but I'm getting there. But we were able to hold ODU to 4 of 13 on third down. So the defense was actually able to get their job done when it really mattered.
Yeah.
Also holding Old Dominion to 0 of 2 on fourth down conversions. I feel like that they were really able to keep this game as close as it was, even though the score looks a little lopsided. It really was a tale of two halves. And that 17-0 first quarter was the real difference of this game.
Yeah, I think, this game just as easily be 14-6. And, they had some big plays early and took some shots, and then they kind of settled down a little bit. But 0 for on third down is so concerning. But Tibbs, this hasn't been it's not a high-octane offense. They run the ball, and, you're going to have some 3-and-outs. I like that they didn't have as many as they usually do. You start the second half with 3-and-out, and that's concerning. But you really, for the most part, were able to hold the ball in an effective way. We've been holding the ball all year, but sometimes it's been a little bit, to be honest, a little bit of garbage time holding the ball. But really, we're able to hold the ball in what you wanted to do. When a team jumps out to a 3-score lead like they did, this game can get out of hand really fast, and that's what you saw, I think, especially entering it, right after halftime and not being able to score. So I don't know how to fix over 13, man. That's rough. That's rough. I think do okay on your fourth downs. Just a couple of them don't go get your way, but it doesn't necessarily feel – I know we've been smashing the panic button for a few weeks, but it doesn't feel like it's over yet.
Not at all. Get a bye week, and I think that this bye week is absolutely critical to let guys rest, to let guys get back on their feet, sure-footed for this down the stretch. Starting with South Alabama now with 7 losses, so their season's over with, having lost to Louisiana Lafayette. But they also know that they could be hanging that 7th loss on ULM in 2 weeks, so they're going to really be fighting in that game. But I feel like right now it's really a 3-game, 1-game season from here on out. As coach speak as it is of going 1-0 every week, you got to just focus on let's get healthy this week, get ourselves better, and then go 1-0 against South Alabama, 1-0 against Texas State, 1-0 against Louisiana Lafayette.
And 3 beatable teams. I mean, Texas State's probably the best of the bunch, and they've looked great, and they could probably sneak you here. But, you know, what we started this season thinking is completely flipped. I really thought the last end of our schedule here was going to be brutal, and these teams, honestly, don't impress me very much. To be frank, they don't look very good. South Al looks pretty rough. You lose Gio Lopez, and all of a sudden everything's going downhill for him. So, you know, yes, got to get healthy. I think you've seen the impact. You saw the impact this week of DeArco Perkins McAllister being out, number 4, and it shows you how good he can be in coverage. And I mean, if you have him back, this is a different game because you're having less of those over-the-top throws. But you're right, got to get healthy, and you got to be a goldfish, Tibbs. You got to forget about this one because it hurts, and that was an ass whooping. But you were still fighting for something here.
31-6, Old Dominion downs the Warhawks. Chase, it was at least a good week for Warhawk athletics, with women's soccer claiming the regular season title.
And being a 3rd seed, which I know makes sense because of divisions, but at least they won the title.
They won the overall regular season title, and then with tiebreakers, goal differentials, and coin flips, and who knows what else, they get the 3 seed. We also had a little bit of baseball today. Arkansas State. Warhawks went up there, split in 2 9-inning games. So we're getting closer to the ping of the bat. Basketball starts on Monday with the women staying at home, playing Eastern Michigan, men on the road against Northern Illinois. And you're still not going to watch either one of those, are you?
No, I will definitely not watch either one of those. But I will say, Tibbs, as we look, you know, we're sitting up top here at Malone, that's a beautiful baseball stadium.
It is. You should thoroughly enjoy that.
I would go as a student. I would never go now. You know, no offense, Ford. I hope you're great. But hey, I get the alerts on my phone. That's something.
Chase, you're not a very good Warhawk.
I'm a. You can tell that's somebody else, not me.
I do have one complaint, though, Chase. The team does not stick around for the alma mater.
Yeah.
And I get that the alma mater is for graduating, and a lot of these guys are grad students and hopefully will graduate and be able to come back and contribute to ULM. But I don't like that they just bail.
Tibbs, I think that's just the way college football is now. I mean, you don't really have – you know, when you and I were here, we had that ability to love a place and grow to love a place. And, I mean, you're talking to some of these guys, and it's a 3rd, 4th school. And I think traditions like that, unfortunately, at places like ULM are kind of slipping. And I hate that, too, because they stayed for the fight song today, and then they kind of pondered off. But it's a hard thing to do to sit there after a loss like this and get that done. But to me, I think that's personally, as a Warhawk fan, I think it's a big deal to take the whooping, but still, you know, be proud of the school and be kind of in the traditions of what we do here.
I agree. I mean, I know I had to answer the text and the DMs of poor guy, why are you making the trek to Monroe again for this? And, you know, I never asked myself that, Chase. I just go, yep, I'll be back again in 2 weeks.
Yep, I'll be back in 2 weeks because we got that pride, though, you know, and it's a shame. And I hope that's not the story for everybody. But when you know, it used to be a big deal as a senior in high school to go choose somewhere to go, and then that was where you were going to play your 4 or 5 years. And unfortunately, it's just not the same deal it used to be.
I think I'm going to go cry myself now with no more Warhawk beer either there, Chase.
Yeah, we got to start working on that. We got to start getting like those old Dominion guys. They got to figure it out.
We do, most definitely.
We're young.
Chase, it was so much fun. We'll do it again soon.
I'll see you soon.
All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be...
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
You want Black Friday prices without the Black Friday crowds. Lowe's gets it. We check the calendar, and Christmas is coming early. $99 is all you need to grab your favorite select 7-foot pre-lit artificial Christmas tree for the holiday season. And don't sweat what gifts to get Dad, because we've got up to 40% off select tools and accessories. That's how Lowe's celebrates Black Friday early. Selection varies by location while supplies last.